Hello everyone and welcome to Brother Earth Healing. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Brother Earth and today we're going to be reading into water energy. This will be also like a reading for water signs and tapping into our what's going on in the emotional realms, in the heart realms, and specifically for the month of September, going into September, a little bit of a forecasting as well. Just a little bit about me. I am an intuitive worker, do a lot of energy work, healing work in many different modalities, as well as having formal training and background as a Buddhist monk, and as well as formal training in the intuitive work for the intuitive work that I do, doing like mediumship work and again healing. It's a little bit about me. And I'm very excited to just kind of get in there today. There's a lot coming up. It's been a crazy few months, a crazy year. I just wanted to encourage you to check out my Instagram, which is also just Brother Earth Healing, as well as, let me know if there's any way I can support you. I do a lot of private work with people and also offer a lot of free and donation-based offerings and little things here and there, so feel free to reach out if you're interested. I do teach meditation and Qi Gong and things like that. So anyway, thank you for joining us here again. I'm going to offer a little bit of energy and help us to ground and settle, and then offer a prayer, and then we will get into our reading for today. I am super excited. So I'll invite you to just come back to your breathing and allow your breath to kind of, just sort of guide you back to this moment, to yourself as you presently are. And take a moment to check in on what's going on in our mind space. And we'll set an intention to allow whatever thoughts are coming through to just begin to settle a little bit, allowing whatever is coming through to be, not judging ourselves too harshly, allowing the breath to guide the mind to a more stable, more gentle, more settled place. We'll turn our awareness to our heart space now. And again, just recognizing, allowing, not judging, just recognizing whatever is present with us right now in our heart space, emotionally. And allow your breath to help settle whatever is preoccupying you. Lastly, we'll set a strong intention to open ourselves to receive whatever it is that we need to receive here today. Just taking in whatever is resonating and leaving out what isn't. Great. So, dear beloved Spirit and ancestors, thank you for being present with us today. I'd like to ask for support in offering messages, channeling messages from you all for healing and growth and support to all of us today that are tuning in. For myself, thank you so much for everything that you offer, all of the love and the support already present. Let us open ourselves to receive all of that and be aware of all of that. Thank you. Okay, great. I feel like there's a lot going on for us right now. Clearly there's a lot going on in the world. And I feel like for many of us who have a lot of water in our chart or are very established in our emotional bodies and our heart space, that might be seeking quite a few distractions right now. And that might be a theme from the past for this year for you. I think recognizing those that wanting to be distracted is really the message that's coming through. Is not judging too harshly again, just recognizing what's going on first clearly. Yeah, like we don't have to. It's not our role to like right now be king of the world, queen of the world, right? Empress. But what it is alluding to, especially Empress reversed, is learning to be this very beautiful, kind and nurturing landlord. I don't know, I'm just hearing that's coming through, landlord. Lord of the land, right? Lady of the land. For your internal space, right? Your mental space, your emotional space, your energetic space within and around you. And just really stewarding that, really minding, tending to that garden, the garden, of our mind, not letting those negative patterns and thoughts grow and creep and, those weeds, right? Like just keeping the weeds down and watering the beneficial thoughts and patterns for us, as well as in the mind as in the heart space. Four of Pentacles. I feel like what this is speaking to is really getting a firm grasp and recognizing the true gifts and the gems that we've been offered in terms of teaching, spiritual teaching. We live in like a time where information is like just so available, right? And people are able to connect with each other so easily, and we're able to connect with many, spiritual teachers and folks that want to share in that way. It's important that we really take an inventory of what is resonating with us, truly resonating with us, and not who is maybe popular in the world, right? As much as who we resonate with in terms of teachers and guide people that maybe want to offer guidance. But more so, definitely just really like holding close and having really true, truly being grateful and aware of all of those gems of teachings that have guided and helped and supported you in your journey, and to remember in such a way that alivens that part of you that wants to go deeper, right? And not to take what you have been given for face value, even though we know that we hold many teachings very sacred, right? But sometimes we can do this thing where we feel like we've learned all we need to learn from a particular person or teaching. And while it may be true that we don't resonate as much with certain, again, teachers or teachings or traditions, spiritual traditions, sometimes it fades a little bit, right? I think it's important that we revisit, and the mind again can get very bored, easily in these times of this, crazy influx of information, availability of information, and we are seeking, right? Scrolling. And so it's very important that we, not only limit our distractions again, but coming back. I'm really feeling coming back to our roots is what I'm hearing strongly. And I'm feeling like this message is particularly important for those of us who have an aspiration or do support others in doing spiritual work or heal any modality of healing or support for others, which is so many things, you know. Let's see what else wants to come out. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna take this for sure. So I have a Scorpio on my hands. I felt strongly, immediately I felt the Scorpio energy from our death card here. Okay. I feel like certainly many are going through what I feel is rebirth for sure. I feel that many are beginning to see where all of this is leading, are beginning to really have some, really being able to see and feel the warmth, the warmth of, just realizing like certain things in our lives, perhaps, why they've occurred, and just the real grace and being very grateful for, you know, everything that's happened in our lives that's led us to this point. And feeling like very capable, actually. Elder flowers is the flower associated with the card. Hopefully that's not too close. I've been trying to get better with the cards. Sorry about that. I'm feeling like very much like sage, very much like, you know, this sage-like energy from whoever I'm tapping into here. And I feel like for some of you, this can represent a teacher, or also represent a part of yourself that maybe is awakening in you, recognizing the great teacher within, you know, you, within all of us. And in a way where it's like, oh, okay, I'm seeing now that I'm able to guide myself, or I'm able to find the guidance I need within myself and stop and not look outside of myself as much, right? Like not look to teachers I've resonated with in the past as much, right? So it's interesting, we're getting some different messages here. In one way, we're getting this message of, let's really remember and go back and revisit, right? And then at the same time, it's like, okay, let's do that, but let's also find that nourishment within that we are seeking, that we're looking for, the guidance from within, okay? I feel like for many, there are quite a few opportunities or options, or perhaps a big decision or decisions to be made. And I feel like let me get some clarity on this. Star card fell out right under the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Very interesting. Yeah, and this is kind of what I felt initially too, is like, you know, whatever you choose or whatever, yeah, it feels like it's not even really much of a choice. It might appear. What I'm getting is that the appearance, right? There's an appearance of a lot of options, a lot coming towards you, a lot to do, right? And you are just this tree, right? And there's this growing awareness that, look, I am just here experiencing this, becoming more and more aware of my lack of, you know, control or ability to control my situation, what happens in the world, this and that. And there's a whole lot of truth in that, certainly. That and I feel like it's more of this process of trusting and letting go, which has been a huge theme for everybody. But I feel like there's some kind of very noble, with a Star card, I feel like there's been some kind of really noble aspiration that's been declared by you. Some really noble and, yeah, declaration, really. I feel that you've really, you know, declared that you would like to do something very, righteous is the word that's channeling, is that what's coming through, is righteous. That's very, yeah, very much like God's work, right? Or, you know, yeah, the work of the work of love, labor of love. And this has been coming up for this came up, I don't know if it was in the last reading for air signs this week or one of the other end of August ones. But I feel like it's, yeah, very much like on the fast track to that. Very much so, like, to really trust that whatever's going on right now is really truly helping to aid you. And what I'm feeling is that in your process of letting go, right, again, kind of going back to this death card is what I'm being drawn to go back to. In this process of transformation and beginning to see that light within you that's guiding you, that has been guiding you for forever, you know, maybe just unaware or finding it in different ways, not recognizing it as coming from within, but learning to trust more and more, right? Yeah, it's almost as if, yeah, it's as if, like, yeah, really just letting go and really just having your eyes on the prize in terms of, like, seeing what it is that is truly in your heart that you'd like to do or accomplish or help, or the way that you'd like to serve or exist in the world, right? This, whatever this is, whatever this end is in your mind, or, yeah, it could be a project, some kind of personal thing, personal project. Just holding it tenderly and allowing it and nurturing that and allowing it to grow. And whatever isn't aligned with that, yeah, truly just allowing that to kind of fall to the wayside. And I'm feeling like for some of you, or maybe one of you, that there may be a very, very difficult decision that might feel quite painful, okay? But there's right under it very clear confirmation for me in this King of Pentacles that once this thing is done, okay, yeah, feels very capable. Feels like, you know, putting you in just the right position to enact, to go forward with what this is, and just the right opportunities, just the right conditions, okay? And I feel like whatever painful thing this might be that might arise, that it will be very, like, short-lived, actually, is what I feel. And very much so, the reason why that will be is because there will be a very clear recognition in the mind that, oh, the mind is making me suffer like this. It's my idea of how things are, you know, and that might be a big part. I'm feeling that is a big part of the lesson here in letting go. letting go of a perception of how things are, letting go of a perception of like, yeah, just completely opening yourself to a new way of understanding your own experiences, and being open to saying, maybe I'm not looking at this with as much clarity, as I thought. Maybe I'm not really seeing the whole thing, right? And this is very liberating to go down this sort of path of thought, this sort of going deeper into that kind of inquiry, right? How could I look at this? How could I open myself? What can I do to not just jump right into the pain, not just jump right into the mind and accept that as the complete truth, right? What can I do? And that might be a combination of a lot of self-care, a lot of putting yourself in positions where you can open yourself, right? Like nourishing your spirit, right? Nourishing yourself in very good ways, listening to teachers and that make you feel open, doing things that make you feel open, and there needs to be definitely some joy back there that's pushing you up that hill a little bit too. So I feel like you're just fine. I feel like it's going to be great. Have the Empress come in again, upright this time. And so I certainly feel that through whatever experience is to be had here, whatever learning is to be had, that it's some really great learning, and that there's a lot of grace in there that's really allowing this to happen in a way that's, just like the most graceful possible way possible. You don't have to suffer an incredible amount to learn, a very big lesson. So I would count whoever is resonating with this very lucky, for sure. I feel you really reaching out to spirit, right? Really reaching out to source, asking for support, which is exactly the thing to do. Exactly the thing to do right now. Reaching out, speaking words out loud, asking for support for what is actually going on, being specific, being clear, and doing this and when you do this, doing this in a space that's very intentional and very set up, really making a real true ceremony or ritual around this. It is communion. It is communion. When we ask and do these things, and we shouldn't do these things lightly. Like, we shouldn't just do these things out of strong emotion, right? We should sit down and be intentional and have a clear mind and a clear heart, right? Clear ourselves first, cleanse ourselves first, and really do that work. Really do that in a very intentional way. Very much communion. And I feel like if you don't feel like super comfortable doing that or know how, please feel free to reach out to me. Or what I'm getting is that there is somebody that you have a connection with, a spiritual connection with, whether that be a friend or mentor or family member or parent. I'm getting that they're maybe older than you, to help and support you in doing that kind of process, in doing that, and showing you how to do that in a way that's very respectful, and with doing that with a lot of gratitude and clarity in this asking for support, right? And it might even be a partner. It might even be a romantic, or it might be a partner. Or I'm getting roommate for some. This is very beautiful. I almost feel like kind of stopping here, frankly. I don't know how long the video's been so far, but just as I said that, a bunch of cards fell out. Somebody's being stubborn about something, very clearly. This is just very, very traditional meaning of that card is coming out for me. And it looks like we have a bit of a storyboard here, so I'm actually going to lay the cards out. Really interesting. Okay, so the top 3 cards came out reversed. And then these are for me to read. Okay. I'm feeling someone's being very stubborn about a very clear connection. This may be a romantic connection is what I'm getting. I feel like, yeah, very, very different. But so really, truly, so beautiful and ripe. I'm hearing ripe, spiritually ripe. Everything, it's perfect. It's great. But because there are maybe some differences and maybe different, like it feels different, like than maybe you would have thought, or something like that. And this may be a business thing also for some, is what I'm getting as well. For some also, this might not be a personal relationship, but a metaphor for something that's going on in your life. Something that you're experiencing very much could be a metaphor. Want to tell me clearly, please? For the way the world is right now is what I'm hearing. In the sense that although we may have very differing beliefs on the surface and ideologies, perhaps, with those that we feel are different from us on different ends of the spectrum, whether that's politically, whether that's in the spiritual realm, world, just with people in general, just with people in general, right? The fact is that we are just two sides of the same coin. That is so apparent, right? It's so clear. It's so clear. And we need to like really, truly learn to begin to see each other this way more. And these are very strong messages that were coming out when I first started this channel, and a very big catalyst. This theme is a very big catalyst that has been coming up for me very strongly. Okay. Developing practices and things in our daily lives to help us combat our discriminate mind, kind of digging through our mind and recognizing the things that the ways that we discriminate against people, the ways that we discriminate in a way that's divisive, that divides us from others, that is like creating more distance than togetherness and harmony. Very clear Queen of Swords. This very graceful, beautiful, feminine, very divine feminine energy that just cuts through those things in the mind that act to that serve to like create boundaries and divisions between us and others. And in another way, in terms of partnership or relationships and whatever that means that you resonate with, again, cutting away of things that in the mind that lean towards the thoughts of maybe this won't work, maybe we can't get along because of this, and this that is different on the surface. Looking to go deeper and having that aspiration to go deeper and identifying less with our ego selves and what is kind of presented maybe on the surface, but tapping into how we feel around people. And it's important that when we do that from a space of really seeing a person in their wholeness, not just from maybe one or two actions of theirs, but really seeing them as a person, as somebody that is experiencing in the same way that we are here experiencing, as we all are here in these, bodies, these forms, experiencing. That string of consciousness that runs through all of us in the same way, right? Having these very different experiences together. Okay. I think I've spoken enough on that. definitely getting a bit of a storyboard here. A big event, a big tower event, right? This is kind of bringing back the death card from earlier, whatever, maybe a Scorpio or something, or maybe just, I'm getting an intense feeler, someone who feels it very intensely. Yeah, having a very strong moment of a lot of ideologies shattered, really having an awakening experience, actually, is what I feel. A strong experience of waking up. And that might be for one person, that might be for an experience you have with somebody else also. I'm getting that there might be someone else involved where you're supporting each other in each other's awakening in a very strong way. And that might certainly be a partnership or friends or family, something like that. A very, very close relationship. What I'm getting is that I don't feel that, I don't feel that there's any separation. I don't feel like there's some kind of thing that burns a bridge or like anything like that. But I feel like, particularly if it's two of you, that you are going together into this space of like maybe having a hard time, like people maybe not understanding or also just a cold place internally maybe as well. Like, yeah, really seeking yeah, seeking that warmth that you have gotten a glimpse of, right? Seeking that true awakening that you've gotten a glimpse of, right? Yeah, thrown out, I'm hearing thrown out. Yeah, this may be thrown out of a community is what I'm hearing, actually. Thrown out, like, maybe of a community, or feeling like that community has disbanded or something like that. This is very strange. This is almost like a personal reading for me, which really doesn't happen. Has never happened right here. Maybe once or twice I've resonated strongly, but yeah, this is really resonating with me personally. But I hope that this is resonating with some folks out there too, as strongly. Yeah, and I feel like, it's totally okay. I don't feel like there's like, I feel like there's still a lot of clarity, but for sure, this feeling of wanting to live simply, wanting to go back to very simple, wanting simplicity. I'm getting this image of, Jesus, like in, robes and sandals, like simple garbs. Whatever experience this is, whatever that tower moment is for you, right. Just really, really beautiful coming back to simplicity and humility and being humble. And I'm seeing like so much of clarity and abundance and just filled up, fulfilled, truly fulfilled. Now this would normally, the Ten of Pentacles would normally traditionally be like, happy home and family and legacy, family strongly. What I'm feeling is also like spiritual family, and a reuniting, actually, very much feeling of reuniting or recognizing connections with those in your life, maybe that, you were close to or met or whatever, and really like developing relationships that will provide and pave a way for a legacy of community, true spiritual community. And loyalty, is another theme in this card with the two dogs, what I'm feeling more so is like, just this and if this is a partnership, and this is beautiful, truly, I would say really have some more trust than you've had or something like that. But if it resonates in a different way for you, it's not necessarily a partnership or romantic. I would say, what's coming through is like building a community based on loyalty and really true trust and deep love and again, the energy that's come out of that experience that you see and that's rising in you, that you see in others very strongly. That's what it is, and I think that I don't need to say any more for that. And then the last one was Hangman reversed. And here I feel that there's a feeling of finally feeling recognized by others, and being able to relate to others in terms of like, you know, in terms of, yeah, relating, in terms of really having a strong desire to grow, and the experiences, whether that's spiritual experiences you've had, heart opening experiences, to whatever degree, like really feeling like you can resonate, and others, you know, are relating to you, being seen, truly being seen, right? And if this is a partnership, again, truly being seen by someone in your wholeness, like really beautiful. Yeah, and it's beautiful to be seen like that in community, you know, with friends and family and people that you love and care for. And I really see that happening, you know. So there's definitely some building to be done. But I feel like such a natural path forward. This was really like a personal reading for me. This is crazy. So sorry if it wasn't as resonant for everyone else. I truly hope so. Yeah, I really feel like there's really no need to worry too much. We're going to pull some cards asking for some advice or guidance, or if anybody wants to pop out from our oracle deck here. Yeah, I'm feeling you guys getting, I feel like you getting, whoever's resonating with this as well, just really getting what they need to grow. Just so many beautiful opportunities. And I think it's important that we take the opportunities that are in front of us seriously and act in a way that shows that, right? Really, truly, intentionally acting in a way that shows how grateful we are, not only to those around us that might be the conduits providing some of these opportunities for us to grow and see ourselves and step into ourselves, but also like in a way where we're really acting out of devotion to spirit and our you know, ancestors, and you know, seeing their role in offering all of these opportunities for us to grow here, saving us from so much suffering and pain is really also what I feel is like really helping us to avoid a lot of yucky kind of stuff, frankly. Okay, you're not getting away so easy there. Okay, wow, I'm just getting these same cards. I don't know if I'm not shuffling well enough or what, but I am just getting all of these same cards. Okay, so, firstly, shed old skin. So I think we talked about that, right? Recognizing patterns, stepping into, releasing some of the old patterning, recognizing the old patterning, and stepping into patterning that feels good and that feels new and fresh, revitalized, right? Revitalizing ourselves, tending to the garden of our mind, the garden of our heart, our energetic garden, really tending to ourselves, okay? Track down your fears and desires, right? Okay. Very similar message. Playing a very active role in that process and not expecting everything to come to us, even though it feels like everything is kind of coming to us right now, if that is the case. I think that there's certainly a push that's like, hey, we're giving you some of this stuff, maybe some stuff that you've asked for, but you know, we need some participation, and we need to see what you're going to do with this opportunity, with these things that we've given you, right? So it's very like, I'm getting some guide or somebody, some guys, somewhere up there is like, look, please take this seriously and take this for what it is, an opportunity, a blessing, a big blessing. Like, please, you know, please do the work that you need to do. It's not just all fun and games, right? I'll do this one next. Drop your shields, protection, guardian. Okay, so what's being experienced right now is completely safe. Okay, you are safe right now. Okay, until further notice. I'm hearing that if there's a situation where maybe we can't provide as much protection, then we will let you know and send a sign. But you are okay. You are safe right now. There's no need to worry. Even though everything seems really crazy right now, it's okay. You're okay. You know, take a breath. It's okay. Look at what's in front of you and do that work, knowing that you're safe right now, okay? White Witch, be the light. And all of this that's happening, you know, everything is just to show us how much light that there is within us, you know, amongst all this darkness around and crazy stuff, crazy times, all of this, correct? So, you know, just being guided back to our light. And if you resonate with that in this video, I would definitely suggest checking out the air signs and air energy mental space video I did yesterday, going into September, the September forecast. So because I had a lot of very similar messages, as well as, yeah, some themes for sure. And this card is for sure telling me, like, you know, if you resonate here, go check that out. That will be helpful. So I think I'm going to close here so the video is not too crazy long. I really hope that you guys got something valuable here. It is such a pleasure and such a beautiful opportunity for me to offer this to everyone, as well as just good for me to like kind of keep my channeling chops up and stuff, even though it's not the formal in-body channeling that I do with Gabriel. But I will actually be posting some channeling very soon, probably this weekend. And yeah, but until then, yeah, thank you so much again. Feel free to check me out on Instagram, like I said earlier, Brother Earth Healing. And if you'd like to support me, yeah, feel free to like the video and share it around if you feel like it might serve others. And maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Super helpful for me to know who's tuning in. Feel free to just say hi or let me know if I can support you with any of those services. Doing, yeah, channeling, helping you connect with guides and ancestors, private tarot, and distance energy healing for now. And yeah, many, many blessings to you. Thank you so much.